Students, welcome in video number 5. Today we are going to learn gravitational force, acceleration due to gravity, value of g and escape velocity. For this, for gravitational force, let us take one example. If we throw a ball with some force, then naturally it possesses some velocity, it attains some height, and after that it reaches to the ground. Why it reaches to the ground? Because of some force. As we exert the force on it, naturally it attains some height. But at the same time, the other force also exerted on it, and that is nothing but due to gravity. Gravity pulls the ball towards itself when and after some time, because of that force, it reaches to the ground. Now this force which is exerted by the gravity on the ball is known as Earth's gravitational force. Now as the Earth exerts the gravitational force on the body near it, that's why in that body acceleration is created. And now in the second point we have learned about the acceleration due to gravity. Now you know that acceleration means rate of change of velocity. Due to gravitational force, the velocity of the body changes, means acceleration is created in that body. Now for that, let us take one example. Throw a ball with some force vertically upward. Now due to your force, it attains some height, but at the same time, in the upward direction when it is going, its velocity decreases and a stage comes. That velocity becomes zero. Now in this example, in this figure, you can see that u is the initial velocity of the ball. Suppose it attains some height, then after reaching at the position B, the final velocity becomes 0, that is v is equal to 0, but at the same time it doesn't stop at position B, but it starts going in the downward direction. When it comes in the downward direction, means it accelerates because of the gravity, and that acceleration is nothing but acceleration due to gravity. Now this acceleration due to gravity we can calculate by using Newton's second law. Now let us take another example, a earth and a body. This body is attracted by the earth, as well as earth also attracts the body by Newton's law of gravitation. So we can write F equal to gm upon r square, where g is the gravitational constant, m is nothing but mass of the earth, and small m is nothing but mass of the body, where r is nothing but the radius of the earth. But secondly, we can say that F is nothing but mass into acceleration by definition of force. Means in first equation by Newton's law, we can say that F is equal to gmm upon r square, while in second equation by definition of the force, we can say F is nothing but mass into acceleration. Now equating these two equations, we get mg is equal to gmm upon r square. M cancels with m and we get g is nothing but gm upon r square, where g is a gravitational constant. You know the value of g, 6.67 into 10 raised to power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square, as well as m is nothing but mass of the earth whose value is 6 into 10 raised to power 24 kg, and r is nothing but radius of the earth, 6.4 into 10 raised to power 6 meter. By putting this value, we can calculate g is equal to 9.77 meter per second square, which is nothing but the acceleration due to gravity. Means when a body is near the earth, then earth accelerates that body with 9.77 meter per second square. But students, you know that this value of g changes on the surface of the earth, because you know that earth is not exactly spherical in shape, but it is bulges. It bulges and flat. Variation of value of g along the surface of the earth, then with the height of the object and with depth. From these three, because of these 3 points, there is a variation of value of g. We have seen that g is nothing but 9.77 into 9.77 meter per second square. But earth is not exactly spherical in shape, but it is flattened and it bulges at the equatorial radius. Its equatorial radius is greater and polar radius is less. Since the polar radius is less than the equatorial radius, therefore the value of g at equator is less than that of the value of g at the polar side. Because as the polar radius is less, therefore earth pulls the object with a greater acceleration, and as the equatorial radius is more, therefore earth's attraction is less here, that is value of g decreases at equatorial radius, while value of g is greater at polar regions. Now with the height of the object, as the height increases, the value of g decreases. Remember all these points, students. With the height of the object, as the object goes away from the earth, the value of g decreases. Now with depth of the earth, as we go inside the earth, the value of g decreases. Note that every planet and satellite has different mass and radius, so the value of g for each and every planet is different. Now, second point you have to learn about the difference between mass and weight. First of all, let us see the points that in mass and weight, when you want to write down the difference, then you have to write these 4 points. First one, in first point, you have to write down the definition. The second point, unit. Third one, scalar and vector. And fourth one, value. Remember that in grocery shop, we measure actual mass and not the weight. Now, in your textbook, the mass and weight is given like this. Let us read. Mass. Mass is the amount of matter present in the object. The SI unit of mass is kg. Mass is a scalar quantity. Its value is same everywhere. Its value does not change even when we go to another planet. According to Newton's law, it is measure of inertia of an object. Higher the mass, higher is the inertia. While the second point, weight. The weight of an object is defined as the force with which the earth attracts the object. The force F of an object of mass m on the surface of the earth can be written as W equal to F, means F equal to mg, where g is nothing but gm upon r square.